You're late. I already issued a warrant.
Nicole Seward.
You're late, Nicole.
I'm sorry, I have really bad service.
Doesn't help you out. You're late. I already issued a warrant.
Holy shit. Okay.
Did you just swear in my courtroom?
No.
I thought I just heard holy shit. Did you swear or no swear?
No.
Mr. Schmidt. We have Miss Seward who is late. What do you want to do?
Well, if I recall at the last hearing, she said she wanted to plead for costs, so we set it for today to do that. I do recognize her voice. It is Miss Seward.
Oh, I recognize her voice too. Miss Seward, I'm gonna call the case. I'm gonna tell you next time if you get any charges and you're in my court, you better be here timely. You understand?
I do. I'm sorry.
And again, if I ask you if you've did something, said something, I expect the truth, not a lie. Do you understand?
I understand.
We will go on the record in the matter 23 CT 13 State of Wisconsin versus Nicole Seward. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Ms. Seward appears untimely. However, the court is going to allow the matter to continue. I will quash the warrant that I have already issued. Ms. Seward, are you going to be pleading guilty to the charge? And the offer was to pay costs. Are you accepting the state's offer?
Yes.
How old are you?
32.
Can you read, write? Do you understand the English language?
Yes.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or other medications in the last 24 hours?
No.
Have you been deemed mentally incompetent or suffer from a mental disability?
No.
You understand that you have the right to go to trial. That means you have the right to get an attorney or to represent yourself, and that you may have either your attorney or yourself cross-examine the state's witnesses. You may call witnesses to testify for you. You may testify on your own behalf or remain silent and not have your silence used against you. You may, you would have the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You would have the right to have a jury trial in which 12 of your peers would need to reach a unanimous decision as to a guilty verdict or find you not guilty. And you, do you understand all of those rights that you would be giving up by pleading guilty?
I understand.
You understand that if you're not a citizen of the United States, your plea could result in your deportation?
Yes.
You understand that the offer is to plead to the charge for costs only, but the state would have to prove here that on or around February 8th, 2023 in Burnett County, Wisconsin, while being a person whose operating privileges have been revoked, you did operate a motor vehicle on a highway during that revocation period, which is a misdemeanor. Upon conviction, you face a fine of not more than $2,500 or no more than 1 year in the county jail or both. Do you understand that charge and what the state would have to prove as well as the maximum possible penalty?
I understand.
You understand that with the offer of costs only, I don't have to accept it. I could sentence you right now to that maximum possible penalty. Do you understand that?
I understand.
You still wish to proceed here today and enter a guilty plea?
Yes.
Are you admitting here today that you in fact did operate a motor vehicle while your operating privileges were revoked?
Yes.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to you for you to waive or for you to enter a guilty plea here today?
No.
You're doing so freely and intelligently, telling the court you fully understand what you're doing here today
Yes.
and voluntarily?
Yes.
As to count one, operating while revoked, a misdemeanor, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Court will find your plea of guilt is done knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. I'm going to find you understand your constitutional rights and what it means to waive and give up those rights. I'm going to find a factual basis to accept your plea of guilt. Based on that, I will find you guilty of the sole count. A judgment of conviction will be entered today. Argument, Mr. Schmidt.
I know that Ms. Stewart struggles with issues related to poverty, which is interesting for two respects. One, just costs a greater punishment for her than other people, so it's more justified. And two, it explains difficulties she has with getting her license vis-a-vis the driver's safety plan is expensive, reinstatement, paying past fines. So I don't think probation would do anything because that doesn't deal with the poverty issue. Jail is excessive for a first offense OAR. I think this is appropriate and ask the courts to follow it.
Ms. Seward, do you care to make a statement here today?
No.
I accept the state's argument and recommendation to the court for costs only, but I'm only going to do the DNA surcharge, which I'm mandated to do. That's a $200 surcharge. I'm going to order $25 a month. That's the lowest that this court will go, and I don't do that very often. You must start your payments of $25 a month in July. Failing to pay means not only will the court enter a civil judgment against you, but I will issue a warrant. You can sit up to 6 months in jail. So it's very important that you make your payment. If you're unable to, because of your financial hardship, you must motion the court for the court to review your financial situation and have a hearing. You have 20 days to appeal. Should you fail to appeal within 20 days, you do lose that right. Ms. Seward, again, warning, if you do have additional charges ever in this county, again, be on time and be truthful with the court. We are adjourned. Thank you.